Good evening, Haruach. Moadim Simcha. On the Saturday night that's coming up, we're going to celebrate the Simchat Torah. In Chutz La'aretz, we are celebrating on the 9th day of the Sukkot, which is the second day of Shmini Atzeret. It's going to be known as Simchat Torah. We're going to finish the Torah, B'Sot Parachan, and begin right away Sefer Bereshit. And there's a day of huge celebration. We have the hakafot for dancing and great meals in honor of this joyous day, and everybody has to participate. And you should know that the sages tell us that it's a great tikkun, opportunity to rectify. A lot of times a person could dance in an appropriate place, or he had joy in inappropriate occasions, and now a person can come and rectify and dance and be joyous for the mitzvah. And do a tikkun for this, that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So therefore, it's a tremendous opportunity, so we should take advantage. Also, that we know that the sweat, Arizal tells us the sweat that a person does for the mitzvah, this is mechaper, and this is actually cleanses a person from a lot of sins, a lot of atonement is accomplished. So therefore, a person shouldn't complain that he's getting sweaty and he sweated through his suit. He should be proud of this, and he should look forward to this. This is a great opportunity for his neshama to grow. Those who are hugging, kissing, holding the Torah, to show the love for it, they used to abandon it and not kovei etim properly, not set aside time to learn Torah properly. Now is the time to show, I want to make teshuvah, and I love the Torah, and I want to be dedicated to the Torah. Take upon yourself on this day to learn in the morning, to learn in the evening properly. So therefore, it's a tremendous day of joy, and a person should not sit on the side. As King David himself, alav shalom, he went and he participated in the dancing, bringing back the Aron to the Mishkan. And he was not embarrassed, even though the king of Israel, he nonetheless put his kavod down and he danced in front of it. His wife Michal rebuked him, and she was wrongfully rebuking him. He explained to her how we must, no matter what of our stature is, the Torah comes first. And just like he put his kavod down and danced, we also have to put our kavod down and dance to the Torah as well. Obviously, with the proper mindset and with the proper care. We don't chas v'shalom something happen to Torah. We have to give it to people who are of age, not too old, not too young, to be able to hold the Torah, not to chas v'shalom drop it. It's mutar to clap and dance on this day. Usually on Yom Tov you're not allowed to, but for the sake of Simchat Torah, Chachamim permitted it. And also for a person at the same time should not use the rimonim as an instrument. The children should not use the rimonim as an instrument on the day of Simchat Torah. But another important part of Shmini Atzeret is also about that we're going to change to Mashiv Hageshem. We're no longer going to say Morid Tal after Musaf, before Musaf, after Haftarah. The Muhazan is going to announce that we're going to switch over to Mashiv Hageshem, and a person has to switch. Person forgot and he said Morid Tal, even though he's supposed to say Mashiv Hageshem. He's supposed to go, as long as he didn't finish the bracha, he should go back and repeat Mashiv Hageshem. But if a person already finished the bracha, he can continue with the Amidah, or if a person completely finished the Amidah and forgot that he has to switch, then he's Yotzei the Chovah and he does not have to repeat the Amidah. This is according to the Minhag Sfaradim, who we always say either Mashiv Hageshem or Morid Tal. According to our Ashkenazi brothers, many of them don't have a Minhag to say Morid Tal. So according to them, if they miss Mashiv Hageshem, it's a fatal error, it's a critical error, and they have to repeat the Amidah. But if a person at least mentions Morid Tal, so then he will be able to fulfill the mitzvah of the Amidah. But we're not going to switch. This is only to maskir, to mention and to praise Hashem about that He brings the wind and He brings the rain, but we're not going to formally ask for rain. We're not going to say we're not going to say Barech Aleinu until much later, until around December time. It's dependent on the Tkufa, it's dependent on the solar part of the solar calendar and the seasons. It's going to be happening much later in the Chutz La'aretz, not right now. Right now we're just going to change from Morid Tal Mashiv Hageshem. It's going to be on Saturday morning. After the Haftarah, we're going to go and say on the Shmini Atzeret, the Tikkun Tal. Now, a person has to know also that there's a minhag, that the Rashba quotes from the Ramban, that there's a minhag to say it a little bit louder. The first time when we make a new addition to the prayers, we go and say a little bit louder in our silent Amidah, we say, Mashiv Hageshem. Now, this is a beautiful idea to go and remind others so they shouldn't forget. Many are customary to say Ya'aleh v'yavo a little bit louder in the Amidah to remind others. However, it should be taken seriously. It should not be made into a joke. Chas v'shalom, you have 20 people saying Ya'aleh v'yavo, Ya'aleh v'yavo, Ya'aleh v'yavo, Mashiv Hageshem, Mashiv Hageshem. It's enough. We heard once or twice the reminder. We don't need to have 50 people saying the same thing. Tahonatano, tahonatano, tahonatano. You have that one guy who's already in tahonatano. How did he get that tahonatano already? We just started Amidah. But the point is, it's enough that one person reminds and everybody heard it. You don't have to announce to the whole crowd where you're holding your Amidah. It's enough that one person does the Shem Shamayim, the mitzvah, reminding others. There's a wonderful story about the Simcha Torah and in Israel. There were a bunch of people from Chutz La'aretz, a bunch of people from America. They were celebrating in Israel, and they did Simcha Torah the second day of Shmini Atzeret. They have to keep 2 days. So they got together and they made their own minyan, and they did their own Simcha Torah, even though the Israelis did the day before. And they go and they're getting ready for the Hakafot. They're getting ready, they're getting in shul on the Simcha Torah morning to read the Torah. And they started dancing with the Torah. And obviously someone didn't see where he was stepping. He stepped on somebody's foot, he tripped, and he dropped the Torah. He was so embarrassed, he turned white, he ran out of the room, and he refused to come back into the minyan. And the rabbi picked up the Torah, and he said, we have to continue, it's okay, we're going to continue. We're going to talk about this after Hag. And they tried to get the person to come back in, he couldn't get back in. And they finally opened the Torah to see where it was up to. And this was supposed to be Hatam Bereshit. They see that they opened to Bereshit, and they see Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim et haaretz is missing. They go and they check the Torah, where was it up to when it fell? And they go and they see there's a new Sefer Torah that somebody dedicated. They brought their Sefer Torah with them, and they saw it was missing the first pasuk. The halacha is the Sefer Torah is missing one pasuk. It's like a chumash. It's not like a Sefer Torah. There's no halacha that we have to follow the minhag of fasting 40 days. It's like a chumash. They go and they run out to the person, and the rabbi tells the person who dropped the Torah, listen, because he dropped it, we found out that we can't read from this Torah. This Torah is pasul. We have to go get another Torah. So he says, it's actually good that this happened. There's something good came out of it. So therefore we have to realize a lot of times in our life, things happen, we don't see why, we don't understand why. We have to wait a little bit, and you'll see that everything was for the best, and this person thought the worst thing happened, but actually the best thing happened. Baruch Amen.